I'm going to share with you some thoughts that have been going through my mind regarding the essence of time. So just stay tuned. Let's get into it. One of my mentors who I have been looking up to for the past couple of years recently made a statement, and he said that whatever you spend your time on, you exchange life for.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning.
I'll repeat the statement again. Whatever you spend your time on, you exchange life for. I've really been thinking, and I decided to do this short video just to share my thoughts on this profound statement and how time on this earth is probably the most important commodity. It has been so much commoditized that we sometimes lose focus of the essence of what time really is and the role that managing your time plays to living a fulfilled life. Every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every month, every year is consequential to fulfilling your purpose here on earth. I've been doing a lot of thinking. Recently, I lost a very good friend of mine whom I have known for more than a decade. I thought through the good times that I had with him. I thought through the kind of personality that he had, the impact that he made, not just in my life, but in the lives of everyone around him. And the fact that none of us saw this tragedy coming. In essence, what really would be the impact that you would have created or I would have made before I leave this earth? We sometimes forget that there is going to be that time when you would have to depart and leave this body behind. Now the question is, what would your legacy be? What would be the impact that you would have created? How many lives would you have transformed with the time that you had? I think about time a lot these days. Every minute that you spend envying your neighbor, you've exchanged your life for that time. Every hour that you begrudge your friend, every minute you spend gossiping about a loved one, you have basically exchanged your life for that time that you spend doing that activity. If you spend 5 minutes reading a book, it means that you've exchanged 5 minutes of your life for that activity. Every activity you spend time on, you exchange life for. There are 24 hours in a day, and this is by our own measure. It is calculable. We know that the time that we have in a day is finite, yet the game of life is infinite. Yes, we can win some of the battles, but we will lose many more. Some battles we would lose for sure. It could be an exam you wrote, it could be an interview that you failed miserably. Arguably, the most essential skill and the kind of mindset that is required to create a legacy, to leave an indelible mark in this world, is the skill of managing your time. In my last video, I shared about the Eisenhower matrix that basically enables an individual to prioritize activities that are important and that are urgent. I mean, to the physicist, there's a different definition. To the psychologist, there's a different definition. I mean, recently we watched the finals of the UEFA Champions League, and the normal time allocated to that tournament is 90 minutes. So we ascribe 90 minutes to that activity. For all the players that played that game, for the 90 minutes plus stoppage time, of course, they have exchanged their lives for that activity, believe it or not. And this is what we more or less capture at the end of their football career as experience. And you, for example, in your career, this is why you write on your CV, I have a 5 years experience in doing X, Y, Z. What essentially that means is that you've exchanged 5 years of your life for that work experience that you are brandishing. If in making this video, I'm probably going to spend about 2 hours shooting this video and an additional 5 to 10 hours with editing, rendering, doing all my keyframing and all the fun stuff like color grading and color correction and so forth. All that time that I'm spending recording this video and editing and uploading on YouTube, the time I expend on this activity, I have essentially exchanged my life for that period of time in exchange for that activity. And I've thought about this, and it makes me think deeply that what really is the essence of pursuing activities that are transient in nature? What really is the whole point if your entire life is about pursuing mercurial things that are not of eternal value? I've thought about this, that you may choose to believe whether there is life after death or not. Whatever your belief system is, whatever your worldview regarding eternity, one thing is for sure, that as long as you're alive, you have time on earth. You would have spent some time on earth. And would your entire life be based on just the work you did to get a salary? Or would it be geared toward creating an impact and ensuring that you actually leave this earth better than you came to meet it? Yes, so this is something that I think we should all take seriously. Whatever you spend your time on, you exchange your life for. At the end of the day, when the curtains are rolled down, when your active years have come to an end, what would be your legacy? What would you have exchanged your life for? Let's consider this. 1,000 seconds ago means that 16 minutes, 40 seconds has passed. 1 million seconds ago means that 11 days, 13 hours, and 46 minutes have passed. 1 billion seconds ago means that 31.5 years have passed. 1 trillion seconds ago means that 31,688 years have passed. So, if you are 31 years of age, what that means is that you've essentially spent 1 billion seconds on Earth. Within that 1 billion seconds that you have spent on Earth, how much of that time have you dedicated to creating impact and leaving a legacy? What would your legacy be? That company you want to start to help society, that NGO that you have been thinking to start to help orphans, that intervention that you want to make to help your neighbor, probably this is the right time and the best time to do it. So don't procrastinate. What are you exchanging your life for? How are you spending your time? Think about this. So yeah, this episode of PKBinspire is quite not the usual, but I think it was important that I did this video. Remember, whatever you spend your time on, you exchange your life for.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning.